Welcome to round 4 of the 2015 Hillbilly GP Harescramble Championship at Century Farms. This is one of my favorite race locations. They've got an airstrip and all kinds of great terrain to ride on, long flowing creek beds, but it's also the first place I've ever gotten injured at a race. About 2 years ago, I had a pretty nasty bruised tailbone from a fall. We're lined up and ready to go here at round 4. Alright, off we go. A little bit of a rough start there for me. Take this first corner to the left and then straight into the airstrip. This airstrip has got its name as an 80-mile-per-hour section. I don't think my bike will hit 80 miles per hour, but it did hit the max speed, I'm pretty sure. Even though I started off here in a rough position, I was able to make a couple passes in these first few corners to get up a little bit. This little tree section here, probably not the best way to go. I didn't really gain anything from that path. If you stay right a little bit, there's a little dip creek, and as long as you wheelie over it, it can be a little bit faster. One great thing about this racetrack is there's lots of places to pass, lots of steeves, lots of open sections. Just a good time. Try to make one final pass here before we go into the timber and end up just overshooting that corner and didn't stick the pass. Once you get into this little section here, there's no place to pass for a little bit. Like I said, there's plenty of places, plenty of steeves in the woods to pass, and plenty of open field sections, but just in this little section here, there's not much place to pass. Skip ahead a little bit here, putting the chase on Todd, and then make a little bit of a mistake there in this rutted section. End up getting passed by Brandon and Dylan there, and Dakota ends up coming up along my side here. I catch him out of the corner of my eye, but I end up just putting on the gas a little bit and holding him off. Get tucked right back behind Brandon here. Looks like Mason gets hung up in this section a little bit, and they get around him. Continue on, try to chase down Brandon. Chase Brandon for quite a while and get out here into this little field section. No passing in this here, but I just wanted to mention how cool it was to ride out into this section of mini hay bales. I mean, this is like a racer's dream here, just turn a little hay field into a racetrack. It was amazing. I really appreciate the course builders throwing this in for fun for us. Thanks. Continuing the chase here on Brandon, take this right pass here, shoot up, gain a lot of ground off that right pass. It's a good steep for me there. Don't end up getting enough to get around these guys. We get back into this flowing section here. This is a really fast section, and it was a lot of fun to kick it up, and there's some little whoops, I guess would be the best way to describe it. You hit them and just kind of bounce over to the next one, and this section is a lot of fun. I finally do end up getting an opportunity here, shoot up this right side. Brandon gets hung up on those rocks a little bit. That left side, I think, was a little bit more tricky to get up. Once you were on that left side, it was a pretty straight shot, but the right side looked more intimidating because it was a steep wall. But all you had to do was pop up over that wall, and then you were clear sailing across that top section, which was really smooth. Another little small mistake here. Pretty quickly get the bike back going again. I don't know if that guy was in my class or not, but I'll just assume that he was, since it's the first lap. finally catch back up to Dylan here after that little fall. Keep hooting and holler at him, see if he'll get out of the way for me, and he does. So put the pass on and continue on. I catch up to Matt here on the Yamaha, and we battled it out for quite a while. I chase him down and end up, I think I'll show it in the videos, but put a pass on him, and then he comes back, passed me back. It was a good time. End up getting the pass here. This is my first mistake lap, notorious. I'm pretty good about going out fairly strong and then making a mistake and everybody passes me. Well, this is that point. I think I get passed by Todd and Brandon and Dylan and Dakota and a bunch of people in the A class. It didn't end well for me there. Thought that right side would be a little bit better, but it's a lot of loose rock and it's fairly steep, and once you just got stuck on there, you couldn't get going again. And then get up here to the trail section, and there's so many people going by, you can't just dart out into the trail without hitting somebody. So you end up having to wait on a lot of people. There goes Dylan. There goes Brandon. I think that was Josh or Todd. Sorry, that was Todd. You just lose all your momentum. I started in the wrong gear, and just a big blockade for everybody else. But luckily, this was really my only mistake in the whole race. After this, we went on to do quite a bit of passing, so it ended up being an exciting race for me, even though I came in almost last place on the first lap. Yep, pretty much. Here's that gravelly creek section I was talking about. You just full throttle, just grab a handful and just float over those rocks. It's really the only way to do it. It's a lot of fun. I think that creek section, it was a little deep. I think it might have flooded a few people's bikes. I seen the trail just littered with people pulled over along the side. I finally catch back up to Dylan here and put a small chase on him, trying to make the pass. End up getting around him there and on to the next person. Catch up to Matt again. Like I said, we battled quite a bit throughout the day. Passed him once already, he passed me back. I get the pass on him again. Coming down this hill section here, Matt passes me back. And now I'm chasing Matt again. That tree smacks my GoPro, and usually when that happens, I can feel it and the camera ends up pushed back and I don't get any more good footage. But in this case, it almost seems like it puts it in a little bit better perspective. I'm still chasing Matt, and I can spot him just in this field section here. So I'm working my way, trying to catch back up with him, chasing him down, trying to catch back up with him before the scoring 10. I don't end up catching up with him before the scoring 10, but I am right behind him. So we'll be in a good position to try to pass within this field section coming up. As you can see, I've gained quite a bit of ground back. 3 positions in 1 lap from the last lap. Later in the race, coming around this corner, I got pretty squirrely. Got the back end out, and I thought I was going to come off at however fast I was going there. It was pretty fast. We head back out into this airstrip section. This is a great place to pass, and this is a great pass. Getting up right alongside, we're going neck and neck, just laying on the gas. Can't ask for a better race. Pretty sure this is a C-Vet rider here, but we work our way down this hill. This is right in front of that split rock section that we came across earlier, where you can go right up the wall, you can go left, and there's some shaky rock, and then a lower section. That ends up being my only pass from my class in that lap. I end up catching Todd again. Looked like he might have been having some bike problems, so that's unfortunate. Small mistake there. Brandon gets around me. And then I come up on this carnage in this rutted out section. I'm sure these ruts got pretty deep by the end of the day. I get around 2 C-Vet riders there and Eli, who's in my class. This is back at that wall to the right, loose rock to the left section. And there are, looks like both lanes are blocked there. I see Zach, who's sitting right next to me, and Brandon, who's up ahead. And I'm thinking I can try to pass somebody here. They're all lined up. Thought at first I just wanted to get around here and then shoot up towards that right little hill. That was my initial goal, but I see this guy taking this left path, and I'm not exactly sure if it's completely in the 20 foot, but I decided to go ahead and try this path anyway. I didn't really work out the best. It's pretty off camber here. It's pretty steep. I ended up slipping out the back end and kind of falling a little bit down the hill here. There's also a lot of thorns over on this path and black locust, which I don't know if you know what black locust is, but those are the trees with the 3-inch, up to 3-inch thorns, and they'll puncture a tire like nothing. And if you get one in your hand or your arm, it hurts. They got some type of poison in them, and it stings for a long time. I do end up getting back over to the path here, and since I wasn't quite sure if I was really supposed to go that way, I kind of paused and see who was there, and I didn't want to just jarred out in front of a whole bunch of people. I didn't see Brandon anymore, and I assumed he went on. And judging by the official scoring I looked at later, I did pass Brandon, but I didn't pass Brandon, and I did pass Zach. I end up catching back up to Brandon here in the field section. I didn't see him coming through the airstrip or the grass track, and then I turned the corner and he's right there. So now's a great opportunity to try to catch back up to him, chase him down, and get a final pass in. This is the last lap. I came through and I checked the time on my bike, and I've only got time for one more lap. So this is the last lap. Brandon ended up going down there, which is great for me. I end up getting to pass around him. I come down the hill on this section though, and I wasn't expecting this guy to get stuck here, and just rammed into the back of him. I apologized to him, you know, I'm sorry, didn't mean to hit you. But Brandon gets around me here, and another C-Vet rider. Luckily, Brandon pulls over and he lets the C-Vet rider pass, and now we're racing again. Make a small little mistake here. I get excited. I'm trying to make the pass. I just get a little overexcited there. Run off the track, get back on, and end up chasing him back down again. I start seeing an awful lot of bikes pulled over to the side. I think maybe people running out of gas since it's the last lap. I'm not sure, but there's that guy, and then there's two guys pulled over here. I think these were both in the C-Vet class. And I'm not sure. There's a lot of bikes pulled over. I can see Brandon again. Try to catch back up with him. There's a lot of good racing today. Matt put on a good chase. Brandon put on a good chase. It was a lot of fun. I kind of lied earlier. I said I didn't really make too many mistakes since after that last one, but this would be the only one I'd also consider a pretty valuable mistake. I messed up on this hill here just enough to let Brandon get out far enough where I'm not going to be able to catch him again. Coming into the scoring lane for the last time, I ended up getting 13th place. Fairly respectable, considering the place I started at and the traffic I had to work through. I was 7 places after the first lap, so I felt pretty proud about that, and I had a heck of a time. This was a great track. The weather was perfect. Couldn't ask for a better day racing. Well, hope you all enjoyed the video. I probably won't be able to make the next couple races, one due to distance and one due to work, but I'm looking forward to the next Hillbilly GP race that I can make. See y'all then.